me, if I was managing Dillian Whyte, I wouldn't do that. I would wait, after he needs a rest.
Honestly, Davis facing Santa Cruz. Davis is gonna go back down to 130. I'm not sure he'll make the weight, but we'll see what happens there. And if he does, I think he's just gonna be very, very dehydrated.
IBF lightweight champ Teofimo Lopez says Gervonta Davis will be dehydrated at 130. This is not a surprise to many because Gervonta Davis had a tough time making 135, a weight that he just moved up to fight Urraques Gamboa. I picked Gervonta Davis to slaughter Leo Santa Cruz, but if Davis struggled to make 130, that opens a door for Leo Santa Cruz to pull the upset. One of the downfalls of Tank Davis is between fights, he does not take care of himself. Instead of being on a balanced diet, he puts on weight between fights, makes it tougher to trim down. Also, Tank Davis hasn't fought at 130 since last year. That fight was against Hugo Ruiz, who he blasted out in 2 rounds. Now, I've been saying in the past, Gervonta Davis' weight problem, if he doesn't get it under control, it's going to come back to bite him. Could October 24th against Leo Santa Cruz be the day that Gervonta Davis gets bit? Anything's possible. We shall see. In other boxing news, Eddie Hearn said Tyson Fury is very relieved that he does not have to fight Dillian Whyte. And I agree with that. And Tyson Fury fans, not all of them, but you know who you are, think because Povetkin knocked out Dillian Whyte, that Fury could do the same thing. And that is not the case. Like the old saying says, styles make fights. Povetkin's style is different than Tyson Fury's style. Povetkin is a bigger puncher than Tyson Fury, as Tyson Fury is a better boxer than Povetkin. So when people say something like, oh, well, if Povetkin knocked him out, Tyson Fury can knock him out, they sound like a casual, because boxing does not work that way. Would I pick Tyson Fury to beat Dillian Whyte? Yes, I would. But I think Dillian Whyte deserved his title shot after 1,000 days. Dillian Whyte should not fight Povetkin. But that's why we like Dillian Whyte. He's a warrior. It doesn't matter what anybody says about him. He talks to a smack. He does this. He does that. But he also fights everybody. And that's a rarity in today's boxing. Now, was Tyson Fury relieved when Dillian Whyte lost? Of course he was. Because he did not want to fight him. He was about to vacate the WBC title. There's a reason why people don't want to fight Dillian Whyte, because Dillian Whyte's a monkey wrench. He can mess up all the plans. Even though I would pick Tyson Fury to beat him, he would still have a chance to win that fight. And Fury fans will say I'm crazy, I'm hating. If he was so easy, Tyson Fury would have no problem defending his belt against him. He was the happiest man in the world when Dillian Whyte got knocked out by Povetkin. Tyson Fury is a very smart man, and I give him that. Very smart. He's not going to let anybody mess up his money. Once he gets past Wilder, those fights with Joshua are going to be generational wealth money. As far as Dillian Whyte goes, this fight right here, if he loses the rematch against Povetkin, that might end his title hopes forever. But that's Dillian Whyte in a nutshell. He puts it all on the line. He's a fighter. And people want to laugh at him because he gets knocked out, but I commend him because he takes risk. Instead of talking about being the best, he goes out there and fight the best competition that's available to show that he belongs in the top 10. And yes, Fury is very relieved that he doesn't have to fight him. That's my opinion. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beezy, subscribe to the channel. I'm gone.